Welcome to Crypto Bytes, the show where we break down the news and information into bite-sized chunks. I'm your host, Nick.
This is Robert.
And remember, this is not financial advice, but if you do happen to make a few dollars here and there,
We do have a stake pool. AGC, look us up on ADA Pools. It's on Cardano.
we will be shamelessly plugging said pool, ticker AGC. If you have Cardano, if you have ADA, please go ahead and stake with us. It'll help us out. We'll be able to mint blocks and put transactions into the blockchain.
We are grateful for any amount staked.
Any amount. We're not looking for thousands, but, a few hundred here and there helps.
So, on crazy news that's passing in the Senate today, or trying to get passed, there's a bill that's essentially going to crush proof of stake cryptos.
Well, there's a bill that's going to be released that contains quite a lot, but there is some verbiage in this bill that is going to make it so any kind of proof of stake operation is going to be almost non-runnable here in the United States. Essentially what's happening is this infrastructure bill that the United States is trying to push out is going to redefine the term broker when it comes to cryptocurrency. We have the actual verbiage here.
So this, we've got to wind up a little bit, or go back a little bit. So there was an amendment, like he said, proposed by Senator Portman and Warner. Supposedly this is called bipartisan because there's two people from the opposing parties that are proposing this. But essentially, what they want to do is have reporting requirements for distributors of ledger transactions. If you sell hardware or software that's specifically for controlling private keys on a distributed ledger, if you're developing digital assets or other protocols provided or by other persons, provided that such other persons are not customers, essentially DeFi, they want this to all be reported to the IRS for tax compliances.
Basically, any kind of transaction you made, any earning you've made, any loss you've made, if you've developed any kind of DEX, DApp, anything that works on the blockchain, they need to know everything you've done, every customer you've come in contact with. If you're a proof of stake operation, like we are, any person that delegates any kind of aid at us, we have to provide all of this information to the government.
All your KYC.
Any NFT artists will need to provide all of this information to anyone that's buying any of their stuff.
All the KYC.
And the crazy part about this is it will need, what'll have to happen is you'll need to fill out a 1099 essentially for all of these people and have to send it over to the IRS. This will effectively just cripple all proof of stake and everything that functions all of there through tax compliance.
So there's an amendment, another amendment to try to, I guess, lessen the blow on this, proposed by Senator Wyden, Loomis, and Toomey. It would carve out exceptions for everything that we just said, and try to redefine what the term brokers is in the first proposed amendment. So going back to the KYC, they redefined the word what a broker is. So the broker term would essentially be anyone that is offering a service for cryptocurrency. If you trade between peer-to-peer, you're considered a broker. If you're delegating to a stake pool, that stake pool is considered a broker. Essentially, everyone's a broker.
If you happen to trade some USDC for any other token, the exchange you traded it on is a broker.
I don't know how this is, if this bill is passed into law, I don't know how this is enforceable.
Well, let's talk about what the real plan here is. Why would you even want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, why actually single out proof of work of being okay and making proof of stake?
Oh, yeah, no, they carved out exceptions for proof of work system,
namely Bitcoin.
So essentially, what they want to do is centralize where you can stake your coins on platforms like Kraken or other platforms like Gemini, Coinbase that offer staking services.
Or my tinfoil hat
they
idea,
want you
some new
to be funneled into those platforms, handful of platforms. They want to make it illegal for anyone to spin up a node and for anyone to delegate to a stake pool that's not one of these big platforms.
You know, I think I think maybe we're thinking about it wrong. I think we're overthinking the illegal nature of it. I think what they're trying to
exactly what they're trying to do.
I think what they're just trying to do is get compliance to where proof of stake is definitely going to keep going forward. It's just going to be a government-operated proof of stake. Like everything will be in full compliance to what they need. Everyone will be known. Everyone's stake will be known.
Comply.
Money can be taken every way
consume.
that they need to. Yeah.
Consume, comply.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's probably the main goal here. Well, let's talk about why you would want to put an amendment in there, specifically keeping proof of work out of all of this and just destroying proof of stake.
Yeah, so, I mean, we all know what was going on like 3 months ago. It was all the FUD, all the ESG FUD on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's too energy intensive.
Oh, right, yeah.
The transaction rate is so small, it's too expensive.
Block size is getting far too large.
That's the E side. Now the S is like, oh, minorities don't have Bitcoin, they're too dumb, and all this racist crap about brown people not being able to understand crypto. These people are racist. Like, brown people can have crypto. That's the S side of the ESG.
I hate it when
we should go to proof of stake, because proof of stake is more energy friendly. They were pushing everyone into proof of stake, and they were shitting on Bitcoin. And Elon Musk was like, "Yeah, Doge should go to a proof of stake. And proof of stake is the way of the future for cryptocurrencies." And then all of a sudden, this bill pops out, and I really do think this bill is funny, but not in a comedic way. More like, I just punched you in your face and I'm laughing and you're the victim type of funny. Oh. This is what these senators are doing. They're punching you in your face over and over again. In fact, they're probably stepping on your face over and over again with their jackboots.
And some of you are smiling and asking, "Please, sir, can I have some more?"
I love Big Brother. Yes, please, some more.
You know what?
This is exactly what it is. And now, after this dip in Bitcoin, and they got their positions, all these big banks, Bank of America, JP Morgan,
buy it up.
All these hedge funds talking about EFTs. Oh, now that they got their position,
EFTs.
Now that big money's into Bitcoin.
EFTs.
Oh yeah, let's make proof of stake systems terrible, and let's carve out an exception for ourselves with our billions of dollars into Bitcoin.
We'll keep proof of work going because Bitcoin seems to be doing well. 44,000, 60K. Well, let's put an ETF on there and give your average Joe the ability to play stock market on Bitcoin.
I'm not shitting on Bitcoin. I think everyone should have Bitcoin.
I think everyone should at least try to get their hands on one Bitcoin as they can now, because I suspect the price is going to moon.
But that's just more control. It's more centralization into one system that conventionally might be able to be overcome. There's a whole theory about Bitcoin is unhackable. It's designed to be attacked. It's designed to have all this attention.
Right.
And people who attack it will fail. I tend to believe that. I do. But when you have all this bullshit legislation trying to be passed and jammed down the American people's throat, maybe in other countries there's also similar legislation. It's just too dystopian, too Big Brother. It's outrageous that something like this would ever be proposed.
It comes down to this: I think governments are tired of seeing people spend their money and sending it to exotic locations, and it's all unregulated. We put an ETF.
Well, it's known that the dollar is used for human trafficking. The dollar is used for drug trafficking. The dollar is used for extortion. The U.S. dollar is used for all these illegal activities. Bitcoin, other cryptos doesn't even come close to the amount of illegal activities that the dollar goes through.
Let's not go in there. I do recall a Silk Road incident.
No,
I think it's bigger than we think.
No. Silk Road is their stupid example. They always try to trout out. Oh, look at Silk Road. Silk Road doesn't even come close to what the hell the dollar does.
I agree with you on that. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. But
at this point, Silk Road is a non-issue.
It is a non-issue right now. That's correct. Or. Well, at the end of the day,
maybe if these federal officials,
there's no way to stop any of this.
If these elected representatives,
if people want to do it, they'll find a way to do it, regardless of the payment type. They'll find a way.
If these elected representatives actually had, balanced budgets, and can actually generate revenue through taxes by other means, right? Other means, and not go overboard and not have a deficit spending, people would actually want to hold the dollars instead of going into digital assets. When you have a minting policy of 21 million coins, only 20 million coins, that sounds a lot more appealing than a dollar that just keeps on being printed $1 billion a day. I mean, Venezuela just took away 5 zeros from their dollar from their currency.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they took away 5 zeros to make it easier for people to spend. The dollar is going that way.
Wait, Venezuela, my understanding is they have like 3 variations of how the dollar works. They have like the legit dollar, the medicine dollar, and like the black market dollar.
The U.S. dollar is going the way of the Venezuelan dollar, or whatever you call it. It's the dollar at this point. It's looking very close, like a shitcoin.
You know, unfortunately,
like a shitcoin that just keeps on being printed and printed and printed, and these big bankers are rug pulling the people that hold dollars in their bank account by dumping it out in the market. They're the first. They get first dibs on spending it. It's the most valuable when they hold it, and after it gets put into the economy, your dollar gets devalued. Just take a look at what's happening in the grocery store. Shrinkflation.
So yeah, I agree. I mean, I've gone to Costco recently.
And they want to attack cryptocurrency? Yeah, no. Fix the dollar. Fix your monetary policy.
So I just found out the Senate just voted to go forward with the infrastructure bill.
Oh my God.
67 to 27 ayes.
I am trying to hold back these words, but really call up your senator, your federal senator, your state senators, your representatives, and tell them that you will vote them out of office. And the internet's forever. These names are going to go on the blockchain.
They are.
Everyone who voted for this bill is going to be put on the blockchain. I'm sure someone's going to be put this on the Bitcoin blockchain. Someone's going to put this on the Cardano blockchain, probably on the Teslas as well. And it's going to be enshrined forever. Of these people hate the American public. They hate people around the world. They don't care about what the hell is going on in your bank account, what the hell's going on in your grocery store. All they care about is getting paid by the big corporate banks.
Oh man, you know what?
This is disgusting.
Someone should make an NFT of this to enshrine this entire thing. Someone needs to NFT this moment. When the bill came out, put those names on an NFT.
Oh, and so this is the Biden regime that's pushing this. They're in favor of this these draconian tax laws. Also, the Biden regime is working hand in hand with the SEC to define what is a what is it called? The ICOs, they're now considered to be securities,
not commodities.
They're securities. So any company that's working, anything that benefits from a company or a group of people to appreciate the value of a cryptocurrency is so that group of people that their work now influences the price of that crypto. That's called a security at this point.
So what I'm hearing is million tokens an ICO now.
Million token could be considered an ICO. Ethereum is definitely considered an ICO. People have made supercuts of Vitalik talking about selling, having an initial coin offering for Ethereum, and how their work would make Ethereum more valuable. He's basically saying this is an ICO without saying it's an ICO, or it's a security without saying it's a security. And Bitcoin it's so immaculate in its creation.
You think
because
so?
It was just released. There was no initial coin offering. There was no pre-mined. It was just, here's the program, and if you want to receive coins every 10 minutes, this is how you're going to do it.
You know what's crazy to me, man? It's more beneficial right now if you have the capital going in to buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, than it is to go buy physical gold.
At this point, yes.
If you bought Bitcoin today, and you decided to hold that amount of Bitcoin for a year and sell it, you will probably get a higher return than on your gold in numbers that are exponential. Not like times 2, times 3, exponential numbers, especially in today's day and age. Let's talk about a year ago. Not even let's talk about just a year ago. Just a year ago.
Oh, I would say just take a look at this past week. Do a chart of Bitcoin and gold. And you can do it in relationship to each other.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Bitcoin is up like 10%, and gold is down. You take
Silver's
a look at
down.
As if you put the charts over each other, you see Bitcoin going up, and as Bitcoin is going up, gold is going down.
Well, I fully suspect with this new play here and all the American whales that Bitcoin's price is now going to shoot up because there's going to be a lot of fear of holding on to these other coins that aren't Bitcoin now, these proof of stake coins, unfortunately.
Well, going back to commodities, the SEC does not have regulatory oversight over commodities, so the SEC cannot regulate Bitcoin because it's not a security.
True.
The SEC can only regulate securities, which all these altcoins would be considered securities. So now you can have more tax regulation, more compliance on that side. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, I think they're the ones that oversight commodities. CFTC, they would oversee Bitcoin, and the head of that organization he tweeted something about the SEC basically encroaching on his territory when it comes to Bitcoin.
See, this is why
legislation.
This is why the SEC. This is why you just put Bitcoin in an ETF. When you're talking about Bitcoin in an ETF, this gives investors the ability to buy the ETF without having them go through the more complicated process of trading the Bitcoin or the process of securing their wallet to hold the Bitcoin. And an ETF allows the SEC to take total control.
Again, just follow the big money. Just look at the Grayscale Trust. I mean, they added Cardano to their major cap.
Yep.
But they're also holding Bitcoin. All these big banks, all these hedge funds, broker firms, they're all buying Bitcoin. At this point, Bitcoin would be the safest hold because of this bill that's
I
guess we're
true.
just amendments. Like why?
And
Ethereum
Dogecoin.
isn't. Yeah, Ethereum is probably going to be considered a
Well, there's so much for Ethereum 2.0, right?
It's a proof of stake system, so they just got screwed by going from proof of work to proof of stake. So
and poor Charles Hoskins getting his life's work.
Oh God, his life's work. If he saw his live stream, he was so pissed.
We still believe in you, Charles.
This is my life work. I seriously think like if this bill passes into law, we're gonna see a big dump of proof of stake coins. Might be a buying opportunity for later legislation or whatever. But again, Charles, he said it's going to suck for Americans, but we work in Africa and Latin America. So
yeah, you know what? Then that's true.
You're
like
only going to be hurting. This is what Max Kaiser says too with this law and regulation, because he knows they're coming after Bitcoin. Bitcoin is made to be attacked. You're only going to be hurting the American people and American innovation with these stupid ass legislations. Yeah, China, they already tried to ban Bitcoin, but they already want their digital dollar. Apparently, Congress people today have a fetish for the Americans, for the Chinese system, the Chinese dystopian governance system, that they want to be just like them, control everything. They want to know everything, who you contact with, who you're transacting with, what you're buying,
social
when
credit
you're buying
scores, man.
it. Yeah, that's all part of this. It's all part of this. Bitcoin is freedom.
Bitcoin is freedom.
Bitcoin is freedom. Bitcoin is truth.
Get out of this 1984 mindset, people.
All right, enough of that dystopian talk, guys. Let's get into something a little bit more cheerful, a little more lightheartening.
Something a little bit to do with NFTs.
NFTs with keys.
How you doing, Keys?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm well, man. Thanks for asking.
No problem. All right, so I guess I'll kick it off. You know how last time we were talking about NFT transactions making 1.2 was it billion, not million, billion with a B.
There's comments.
So that actually has a lot to do with the rise of NFT video games.
I heard about that. I took my time and I got that Axie video game.
Yeah, Axie Infinity.
So Axie Infinity, I set up all my wallets. I got everything going. And my mistake was not reading everything that's posted first. And you got to have 3 Axies to get in. But I was excited. I got in and I'm like, oh, well, what do I do? And then I realized, I need 3 Axies. So I went to go buy. I take a look. How do I get Axie? 0.1 ETH. Well, what's ETH? $400 for an Axie. Good for you, Axie people. Good for you. You get out there and you breed. It's a pretty big barrier to entry for me, though.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty crazy. So if anyone doesn't know, it's a blockchain-based game where you can earn. It's a play-to-earn game. So basically, you're going to get these Axies and you're going to breed them and battle them and trade them. It's essentially Pokemon.
Yes.
It's essentially what it is, but not Pokemon. That's what it is. And it's really huge in the Philippines, and it actually helped facilitate people in the Philippines to be able to pay rents and buy food during this global pandemic. That's why it's blown up. Basically, all of the Philippines uses this as a job now.
That's cool.
And it actually just the full collection of Axies has now become the most valuable NFT collection in the world. And it is around $830 million.
Wow. Wow. You know, that actually doesn't surprise me because, again, I went on the website and I took a look at the marketplace and the shop there, and just based on what I could see there, this is the Axie. Are we talking about just the Axies or the Axie and the land and
the whole collection of all Axies is worth $830 million, which about 600 million they're estimating was generated in the last couple months. July specifically was
That's
set.
insane. That's insane.
And also too, NBA Top Shots, which is another big name. They were the one with the most valuable assets total, and then Axies just blew them out of the water. And we're talking with NBA Top Shots recently. There was a $260,000 LeBron James moment that was sold.
These are real astronomically large numbers for me to even think about, and we're talking about art, guys. This is bringing art back for what it really is. It's truly art.
Well, and it's truly what it is it's empowering the artists. So now you're not just having these, you have to be a Banksy or a Monet or a Rembrandt. You don't have to be a Picasso. You don't have to be these huge people who changed art during their time, who are legends. Now you get people who are just really good, like you guys watching it here. If you're an NFT artist, like you now have the power to make money. Like Picasso, Van Gogh, they were broke. Now you presently have made more money off of your NFT sales than they did off of while they were living. So this is awesome for NFTs. I mean, even Louis Vuitton is getting in on the NFTs.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
does not surprise me.
Yeah, well, because it's the 200th anniversary of the birth of Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
And so they're releasing a NFT video game, and you can't sell any of these NFTs, but you can collect them. And so along the way, I don't like it because, I mean, a lot of people want to. I actually do like it because I am a collector. I like to collect. I've never sold any of the NFTs I bought because those are for me. I do it for me. But there's a lot of people who are specifically buying NFTs to flip them, and that's not really gonna, like, I don't think the Louis Vuitton video game NFT thing is gonna really blow up like they think it is, unless everyone can just quote unquote collect these NFTs and they're not real valuable. The big draw to it is 10 of the 30 that they're releasing in this game
actually contain a product or something.
Well, no, they're from Beeple.
So
you could own these, but you couldn't actually sell these to make a profit,
right?
Which we all know Beeple's sells for millions.
Yeah, Beeple sell for a lot.
So yeah, and I guess the other another cool thing that actually happened, moving on from that, would be some people sent an NFT to the International Space Station. So the first ever NFT to orbit space was sent by a Houston-based aerospace company called NanoRack and Artemis Music Entertainment. And they sent up Debussy's Claire de Lune.
I love me Debussy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just thought that was the coolest thing. The one thing I thought was really interesting, though, is why didn't Elon do it first? His girlfriend's Grimes. She could have been the first artist. I mean, she still could be the first living artist to have an NFT in space or orbit space if Elon did that. But I'm just surprised Elon didn't do that. He's so into crypto. I've never even heard of NanoRack or...
You know, in Elon's defense, the man has the ability to have an NFT sent up. He built the infrastructure for all of this. Like, he probably didn't think of sending the NFT up, but he built the platform and everything else that could make it work.
But why hasn't he done it?
The man's got... He's already generating the future. He's Iron Man. He's not a god. He can only do so much at once. He's not a god. He's not Thanos.
But he sends things... Didn't he... He's about to send something to space soon, right?
I mean, he's probably already sending something to space right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why didn't he do it then? I mean, sure, it's not on the ISS.
So when you say sent it up...
I think it was kind of clouded in mystery. Okay. I don't think it was like they sent a rocket. I think they just sent it digitally up to the ISS, the International Space Station.
Right.
So it sat up there, but I think it was just digitally sent. So it's not like a rocket was sent. So why hasn't Elon done that? I just don't get that. I don't get it. He could send his girlfriend Grimes' music into space, and it could be the first living artist to ever have a musical NFT orbiting space, and it doesn't take him anything to do.
You want to know NFT that would sell for a ridiculous amount? If Elon himself decided to make the NFT of when he was on the Joe Rogan show and he's got the joint in his mouth, that meme NFT, make the meme face an NFT, but make it Elon make it. If Elon puts that out.
Well, no, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Rogan was smart enough. He would actually mint that. Because that's on his show. He has the rights to it.
That's a fair point.
You can't just take it and mint it. I mean, you could, but it's not like super official. It'd be better if it came from Joe Rogan or the.
And probably wouldn't sell for the exuberant amounts that you would expect if it didn't.
But if you were able to get Elon Musk to sit there, spark up a joint, take a picture, and mint it himself, well, now. That could sell for a lot.
We're not condoning Elon do any kind of drugs, but if you're down,
let
Elon,
let the man live his life.
Hit up the inbox and let me know. We can meet. I'm local, and by local I mean the United States of America. DM me. We can talk.
Oh man, but yeah. So moving on to some other big news I thought was really interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but Shopify has announced that they are going to start selling or facilitating NFT transactions. I don't know how to feel.
Centralized exchanges.
Well, what it does is it opens up the NFT market to everyone.
The layman, yeah.
Yeah, to let's say like you, hypothetically you weren't into crypto.
Right.
Well, now, but you kind of like collectibles. Let's say you have Pokemon cards, you have X-Men cards, you have manga, you have comic books, you have all this stuff.
Get out of my head, Keyshawn.
But yeah, so it's like, but if someone who's not into crypto and doesn't have the cryptocurrency to start buying NFTs, this does open it up for people to use their credit cards.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about it. So I do think it is cool that the NFT space will grow exponentially, and it's already growing exponentially.
Yeah.
I mean, even people from DeFi are realizing that the money is in NFTs, and they're making NFTs now and then selling those just to put it back into DeFi, into LPs and yield.
I'll put it to you this way, guys. These people are making so much money so quickly off of NFTs that if I were to give you the real numbers and the time frame that it's happening, it would blow your mind, and you would realize that a lot of the business opportunities that you or your friends are running are nothing in comparison to this.
Yeah, no, I mean, as an example, I literally just saw a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT sell for 299 Ethereum.
This is recently too, so at the time
I saw this
yesterday,
yesterday.
Ethereum is running at about 3K in Ethereum.
I saw this yesterday, Friday, August 6th. That's when the sale was announced on Twitter by the guy who sold it. It was $4,000 an ETH yesterday.
Oh, wow. Cardano's at 143. That's insane.
So
when I take a look at Ethereum right now, it's at $3,066 as of right now.
Yeah. Yesterday, I saw it at 4. I don't know if that happened during that, but let's just say on the conservative side, $3,000 by 299. Like, dude made out on a bandit, and I guess he was holding that one for a long time, so I don't even think he spent big money on it. So
and you know what? Good for you, man. You made a very large chunk of money. That was a solid flip. Like, good job.
Well, no,
man.
what it is an investment. These profile picture, avatars, metaverse things are just the big thing. Wicked craniums are huge too. It all started really with CryptoPunks. And CryptoPunks, I mean, FaZe Bank, what was it? FaZe Banks last year or like a few months ago bought a CryptoPunk for like $150,000 or something like that. And now it's worth $328,000.
Wow.
And that was a couple months ago that I think he bought that, or maybe last year, but still, that's insane. The amount of how much these little like 12 or 24 pixel little like profile pictures. I mean, it's to a point where I'm thinking about making these now with the buddies, because like this is genius. I mean, I don't even need to make them super popular, because we'd make 10% off of the resales, and it's like, that's crazy. I mean, obviously, unless they're resold in an auction and they're just basically from someone's hard wallet to another hard wallet, or just the whole hard wallet, then there's no transaction. That's just a physical handoff. That's how with the Christie's sale with Beeple, that wasn't actually recorded into the transaction amounts of the $1.5 billion that was made in quarter one, or 2.4 or whatever the hell they made. That didn't even account for Beeple sales or auction sales like Christie's or Sotheby's or any kind of auction house, because it's not on the blockchain. So the NFT space is just growing way crazy. I don't know. People are saying it's a bubble. A few weeks ago, months ago, it started falling down a little bit, but now with like Shopify bringing this even more to the mainstream people, I don't see why NFTs aren't going to become, the future, and the art galleries and stuff are going to be the way of the dodo bird. I mean, honestly,
It's true.
I Am Not Art has a physical location in Chicago for NFT galleries. That means he has NFT screens, which means he can replace them anytime he has a show. It's not like you got to move the artwork off the walls and get all the security. It's literally just load up the website.
So cool.
And this dude posts all the time.
And
he can change it all. He can have feature, if you have like 30 pieces of art and you're an artist and you're being featured, all your art. Let's say it's a bunch of, and let's say it's 30 people with one pane or one frame. That's 30 different people. And
you can get real creative with this
and then that's not even that's just the physical world.
Yeah.
So that's like the fiat version of it. In reality, there's the metaverse, crypto voxels, where it's you can go onto it right now, and it's a big world. People were buying plots of land there to create galleries for their NFT series and their art.
That's cool.
And then you can even customize your own avatar to be all like cool or whatever, and add hats and other stuff. It's crazy. And that's not the only one too. There's a ton of it. So the metaverse is becoming more real. It's starting to remind me of like some SAO or something.
Can you say Ready Player One?
Yeah, like Ready Player One. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what pops into my head when I think of something cool like that. If I were creative enough and the capability to do this, I would love to create this art piece where you would be required to wear like a VR headset to truly experience everything that's going on. Well, you put it on in this warehouse.
It'd be full dive VR.
And then bam, you've just got your full on NFT'd art piece experience that only you can truly experience because you've got the VR headset on.
Yeah.
And you can really, really get in there. And if you've ever done any kind of a VR experience, real VR experience, you can understand the level of depth that can be put into that, especially with the sound and then the environment of the room itself. You could make someone feel like they're looking at they're right next to a volcano with the heat and everything.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, I mean,
it's
like
cool.
it's like SAO, bro. It's full dive VR tech is really like, once that happens,
just
can you imagine how crazy the world will be?
When I cancel and I quit, I want to be able to get out, so
okay.
not like SAO. I don't want to be trapped.
SAO season 2 then? No.
That's brutal. SAO kind of died after season. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, no, I mean, nonetheless though, I mean, the full dive technology, that will happen. I mean, maybe when we're old men and we're like, crap, we wish we were 30 years younger to really
no, we won't need to wish. We'll put the goggles on and we will be. The only thing that won't be will be our libido. But there'll be pills for that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a whole nother I don't know about that, guys. Sorry. But yeah, like, so that's what's crazy. Like, I think the world is changing so digitally, and moving away from fiat currencies, and there's so much fight and so much pushback.
Bitcoin's greater than gold right now.
And
Bitcoin's greater than gold.
Well, and the thing too that people are forgetting is it's like Bitcoin didn't come out of nowhere. It's been doing this.
True.
People are thinking like NFTs are, this is the first time an NFT was sold was, this year or last year. It's like, nah, NFTs, and the moment smart contracts existed, NFTs existed.
Yeah, in fact, I would be probably correct when I say that the smart contract itself, its first real utilization on the mainnet was for a non-fungible token.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's the thing is people think, oh, NFTs is art. It's like, no, it's a non-fungible token.
It's
a token that can't be manipulated.
Yep.
It's specifically, it's only this thing. So NFTs are being used mainly now as art and other things like that. I mean, like we were talking last time on the show.
The Gorilla Yacht thing.
Or the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Sorry, man. You know me.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Sorry, Bored Ape.
I just found out. I just found out who you were. Literally just found out who you were. And I just found out that apparently you're using an NFT to allow people to actually go into one of these parties. Yeah. This is bigger than art. That's an entryway. Fire Festival, wish they had that.
I mean, Fire Festival wouldn't be trash and wouldn't have been so bad if they did that.
Yeah.
Because they were... I mean, really, when you think about it... I mean, if Fire Festival...
Ja Rule, where you at? Let's do something.
No, I don't want to do business with you. I'm sorry. I'd rather do work with 50.
I'm good with Curtis Jackson, 250.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Tree Fitty. But it's like, that's the crazy thing is like, if Firefest did do something now, like, and did that whole like, oh, it's expensive, it's very like high end, you get, famous people, hot women, hot everybody.
Right.
It's supposed to be super luxury, high class. Well, Bored Ape Yacht Club is the perfect people to do it because you can't afford that unless you're dropping $299 or I think I saw the cheapest one yesterday was like 7 ETH. That's still a ton of money for my broke ass. So it's just like, These people like, and the guy who spent $299 on it, now that guy, yeah, he is a luxury living person. He probably would be the one who would have gone to a Fire Fest. And if you get those people that are doing it, well, those people have money. And if you
networking opportunities,
yeah, it would have been great. I mean, that's part of those events that they host and they have. And you know what I mean? And it also it lets you go into their Discord. You're not allowed into their Discord unless you have the Bored Ape Yacht Club PFP or the NFT.
That's actually,
and then the moment you sell it, you get kicked out.
See, and I like that too. That just shows the purpose of what NFTs can actually be used for. Even beyond art, there's always a use for non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, something I was thinking about on the last show is like, I mean, it'd be stupid to do this, but you can use it for key cards.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, like, think about the way like camera technology is. We have facial recognition. What if you have a badge and it just has an NFT on it, and the camera at the door just scans it and opens up right away? But it won't do it for any other badge except that specific one. That's something that you'd never have to constantly, it'd be like, hey, wear this, and have it publicly viewed at all times. So that, and sure, it's like a Google campus or like that FX show Devs.
Oh yeah.
How they were doing stuff and everyone was being tracked and monitored that way and all this crazy stuff. It's like, that's how those things would be how an NFT could be used in a practical business sense.
The future is digital. Yeah. The future is on the blockchain.
And that's really what's happening is, like Damien Hirst said, he sees art galleries going away before the NFT marketplaces in the spaces. So, if you have even a modicum of artistic talent, go out there, get Adobe, get Octane, get on 3D, YouTube, go to lynda.com, do whatever you can, make the money. Your time is now.
Yep. The future is digital. The future's on the blockchain. You should probably invest into some Bitcoin now.
And when you're doing that, what you do is sell your NFTs and turn that into Bitcoin. Turn your ETH into Bitcoin. Turn it whatever you can. Just invest in yourself.